Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about, some of the things that have been going on in my life. Today's video, I just want to talk about the day. I think today was one of the, not as good as yesterday, obviously. Yesterday was absolutely amazing. I think it was one of the most, one of the days that I've had the most energy. I was so excited. And today was actually also quite good. Woke up at around 11:30 or like 12. No, actually I woke up at 1:30, I think, because I slept at 5 a.m. So yeah, basically just woke up, took my time to do the things that I wanted to do. Basically had some lunch. I mean, lunch breakfast because I woke up quite late. I then just continued reading this book that I was reading, The One Thing, and it's just super helpful to have this framework in my mind that okay, they put it in this way that it's 100% okay to have an unbalanced to be completely unbalanced at work, but then when it comes to personal life, you need to be doing a little bit of everything, and so basically you need to lean into the asymmetry when it comes to career and work, but then uh, when it comes to your personal life, try to have a little bit of everything. So this is definitely something that's helpful. I think that's definitely something that I'm trying to lean into more, especially with my work. I mean, I've been trying to do to have the same approach, which is to have a more balanced approach in everything. But I guess that's something that I've been trying to learn, just to focus on one thing and like go all in, which has been kind of hard for me to do. But yeah, it's like I'm reading all of these books about trying to focus my attention and like just focusing on one thing. So it's really helpful to have this in mind. The more I read about it, the more probably I will be able to apply it, because it will just become a normal way for me to think. Um, and basically at some point it will not be like a novel idea, or like it will not be an idea that my mind has resistance to. So yeah, it's definitely super helpful to keep reading about this idea and like learning about it from different sources, because instead of like I have this approach that instead of reading the same things and like trying to get the most out of whatever piece of content that you're getting, I like the idea of sampling, where basically you listen to the same thing, but from that's phrased in a different way, or like that's presented in a different way by listening to other books or reading other books or podcasts, because that basically allows you. It's like this statistical thing. I like to think about it as the data variety. So you introduce, basically, you increase the variance of the data that you're inputting into your system. So my brain in that case, and basically, like I want to have as diverse data that allows me, like basically I want to have data that actually represents the world, so that I'm able to understand the world in the most granular detail, and basically like listening to different perspectives and actually like different people's perspectives, and actually drawing out the similarities and basically the things that resonate, the commonalities between everything. That's probably it's basically a statistical technique where like if something is common from a lot of people, that it's probably true. So it's basically just sampling. Maybe I'm not expressing it in the best way, but that's been helpful. That's why I'm reading as much as I am, and also it's like super interesting to view the world from the lens of someone else, because like basically I'm very different, I think, from a lot of the people that I read, because like if I'm being honest, a lot of the people that I read are men, in the personal development space, and that gives me that perspective of, okay, this is how these people view things, and it's like always super enriching to learn how the world works, but not from my perspective, or like from my core assumptions, but try to understand the core assumptions that other people have, especially people that I'm very different from. And that allows me to construct a fuller picture, like a better model, because it represents the whole variance of what exists into the world. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but yeah, that's one of the reasons. And also it's like super interesting. I just get super excited when I learn new things and new ways to view the world. And yeah, just super grateful for all of the books and podcasts that I've been listening to. So within that same vein, today I like mainly spent most of the day just listening to podcasts. Actually, I went for like two, like at least 2 hour walk. I think it was split up uh, because I had this like 1 hour like I had this 1 hour teaching session, but basically just listen to lots of podcasts, and um, it's like genuinely one of the things that I enjoy the most, like being able to hear all of these different perspectives, and like um, try to understand all of these different worldviews, and basically incorporate the wisdom from all of these different sources, um, and whether consciously or subconsciously. I try to take notes when something really resonates. I make sure to take notes on my notes app, um, and yeah, it's just such a mind expanding thing. And honestly, I haven't had the chance to do anything like this in a while. I think over the past few weeks and months, I've been getting quite busy with other things, and it's just good to get back into this. I think one of the things that had been holding me back is this pressure that I had put on myself to like to do stuff for the main channel. But now that I've given that up, like I just feel like I've just gotten a huge portion of my life back, and I'm just so happy that I get to do that, just because I took off all of the pressure that was not serving me. Honestly, like sometimes you just need to step away from something um, to just realize that you actually want it, because like I've talked about this before, I don't think I've been trying to do it for the right reasons. And now just stepping away just gives me like a perspective, like it allows me to just get back to doing the things that I love doing. Mostly going around, walking, listening to podcasts, learning, reflecting, um, just honestly just growing from the wisdom of others. So this is just something that I genuinely value. Like I think probably one of the like one of the ways that I feel the happiest is just when I'm basically out and about, exercising, walking around, but also learning through listening to podcasts or books. And yeah, there's nothing quite like that for me. It's genuinely one of the most precious things in my life, and I had gotten away from it for a little bit. I mean, I have not done it to the scale that I was doing it, I think probably about a little more than a year ago. That was like, I think my peak was in I think in the summer of 2022. That was the peak of when I was reading and walking. Like I just spent all of my life walking in the spring summer of 2022. It was just crazy. But basically this past year I have not been doing it as much because um, I've been going to the gym instead of walking outside. I'm just exercising inside the gym, and so and also I've been trying to do other things. So yeah, it's just so precious to me. I'm so glad that I got back to it, and hopefully this is something that I will get more opportunity to do. But yeah, it's good at least that I have this one student who like she's gonna finish her project today, and basically I'm not gonna have any classes with her in a while, so that frees up a lot of my time. And given that I've raised my prices, I mean, I'm not getting as many requests as I used to, which is a good thing because I really want my time back. So right now I have only one main student that I want to focus on, and the project that he's working on is kind of cool. So I will be able to help him more, um, and just basically do this one thing of focusing on one thing at a time. And I think I will be a better teacher to him, and basically also um, grow in that area, and like just get my time back. Honestly, like it's just so draining. I mean, for a little while I had just too many students, and like the the thing was like I only had like one or two classes with some students, and it was just like too tiring. So now I'm not doing that. I'm gonna basically be focusing on the things that I genuinely want to teach them. So just probably machine learning. Will be focusing on that, and that's the best part of it. Like that's the only reason that I'm doing this teaching part, is just so that I can get better at explaining those parts, because it forces me to distill it down enough that I can teach it to other people. um, and it's just fun, honestly. It's where uh, I'm directionally trying to get. And yeah, it's just been a good way for me to you know, work on a variety of projects that I don't necessarily have to implement myself, but I get to basically learn about how to get them done by teaching other people and advising them. So I'm doing it again. I have this compulsion. Like I cannot let my my nails be long if I don't have any nail polish on them. So just cutting them with my teeth. I mean, this is not maybe the best thing to do, but it is what I do. Anyway, genuinely one of my favorite days. Like finally getting my weekends back. And I think this weekend was really a weekend that I really needed in a long time, uh, where I just hang out around my house, do the things that I like, go for long walks, read, listen to podcasts, learn, expand my mind, get inspired, and all of that stuff. It's just so valuable. So yeah. Also, one other thing that I did today is that I watched some of the like I watched the latest episode on the Behind the Diary, basically vlog channel. So that's the vlog channel of Stephen Bartlett, who basically is the podcast host for the Diary of a CEO podcast. And it was just this episode that I watched today was the one where he spent some time with I think, yeah, that's his name, with Prince Charles of England or Britain. And it was a good episode. I think these vlog episodes are really like the quality there is just so good and so inspiring. So that was a cool thing. Also, another vlog channel that's kind of cool is Ali Abdal's Appendix. I think the first few vlogs were a bit like they were. I think they still needed some improvements. I mean, I'm talking, but uh, I don't edit my videos whatsoever, so I'm not really in a position to judge. But like that's just from watching lots of good content. I think like the first few ones were a bit how do you call it, like rusty. I mean they were good, it's still inspiring, but like the ones that I watched today are super cool. I thought they were really well made and they were quite inspiring. I love watching people and how they like successful people, people that I look up to, and seeing how like seeing the different things that they struggle with, because basically that makes them relatable, and basically that shows me that I'm not the only one that's facing the problems that I'm facing, that is completely normal to face them, and how to overcome them by just seeing their example. So that kind of reminds me of something that David Carroll said on his How I Write podcast yesterday, that I was listening to yesterday, which was that the writing that moved him the most either made him feel like he's not alone, or put words to an experience that he's only felt but never verbalized. I think that's definitely something that's basically being able to follow successful people just brings to me. Like that's why I love memoirs and documentaries about people that I find interesting and that are successful in the, I don't know, in the, I guess, the traditional sense, or like external metric sense, uh, because basically you can see yourself in them, and like you're able to see that they're not as perfect as your brain makes them out to be, and it somewhat makes it like it somewhat shows you that it's actually possible, and that you can become like them, so long as obviously uh, you do your best work and all of that stuff. So it's like always super interesting um, to follow along with people's journeys. And for me, I actually value that content way more than content that's like here's how you do X, Y, Z. Here's how you get successful. Like it's actually more important for me to see people do things than for me to actually uh, like then like it's more effective for me to see them do something than it is for them to give me advice, because when I see them do something, I can immediately learn from how that goes, and yeah, it's like I don't know, it's just more relatable and it works. But like I think that's, I mean, I'm somebody, but it makes it more relatable. Like they're just like they're another human that's in other circumstances, but then you realize that you're not that different from them. Obviously, there you have lots of differences, but it somewhat demystifies like their life, and like removes them from the pedestal that external success metrics usually puts like when you're externally successful from the external success metrics, people put you on a pedestal, but then when you actually look what what these people's life are like, maybe it allows you to take them down off the pedestal, and that's when you learn from them, is when you don't see yourself as different than them, uh, because that actually shows you that what's possible and what's not possible, and it actually creates this belief in you that you can actually, you know, if that's something that you want, you can actually do the same thing as them, obviously in your own way, because the goal, like there is this quote by Naval, is that the only person that, no, I'm butchering it anyway. The only person that you can be is you, or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've been thinking about and reflecting on today. So super grateful for these days of reflection and just learning and exercising. Yeah, I wouldn't trade them for anything else in the world. So yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, so the one right before this one, or you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, night, whichever time of day it is where you are right now. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.